What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I did want to jump back on Motorfest and talk about a topic that, well, at this point, I would probably say everyone is most likely asking, but do y'all also think Motorfest needs a big update planned? Now, the reason why I do want to say that is, well, looking at this or, going onto these social media platforms and looking at Instagram and they go to post something, everybody in the comments is going, where are the PvP events, or this game is boring, or you guys got to add more stuff to it. It does kind of make you wonder if they do have something big planned on why maybe the updates are a bit smaller, or, we also have the Season 4 update that's obviously coming here, and I think it's July, I believe, because June is the last month, obviously, of Season 3. So Season 4 is going to be the, like, big season, or maybe there's an update plan for that. Maybe they're going to have a bunch of new events and all kinds of stuff in it. Maybe the summit's going to change. Now, one of the biggest reasons why I did want to talk about this in a video is I do feel like at this point that everybody is most likely waiting for a bigger update to come out, or at least a lot of players are probably not playing the game at the moment. I hate to say this right now, guys, but then again, everybody is probably going to agree. We can all say right now that Motorfest is legit bleeding a player base. We all know that's going to be true. Looking at the Summit contest, there's what, like 70,000 over all the platforms in the Summit, which if you actually think about it is not that many people across Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. That's probably going to be a fairly low number, and then you might actually look at like the main stage leaderboard and go, well, there's like 120,000 players ranked. The funny part is a lot of them can get on and do a few events every week and they're still going to be ranked. It doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be 120,000 players on the game. If I actually had to guess, guys, even looking at the Steam charts, which I think when I checked it a few days ago, it was under 50. Now, I do know you don't have to have Steam to play it because, Steam came out afterwards, but that's still going to be fairly low, man. Like, for a game that's going to be fairly new, the new, like, face of the Crew franchise or whatever, that's kind of low, bro. Like, can't we agree on that? I mean, a lot of players are like, this game's new, bro, it's fun. A lot of players might jump in, enjoy it for a bit, and then once they get all their part sets, which is going to take probably 50 to 60 hours or more just to get the part sets, you're then going to have to grind out a lot of money to buy different cars for the summits, which if you want to keep doing the same 2 or 3 events over and over to grind out the money for them, then sure, it's probably going to be pretty fun having all the vehicles. But here's the thing about that though, guys, a lot of players probably want a bigger update, or I guess at this point, can we say it? We need more than playlists, man. Like, being real, this big update has to add something more to it. To be honest, I think it should probably focus on the summit and the grand race, or at least PvP. Like, change around the summits, add a bunch of PvP game modes, and also one more thing I would like to add to that. Would you guys also like to see the playlist maybe be resettable? Now, what I mean by that is not like the main championships in some of them. No, all of the challenges, or at least some of the challenges, being resettable. That way you can go back in, get XP and money, and actually do stuff in the challenges, or at least, jump back into the playlist again to really do them, because at the moment, once the playlists are done, guys, I feel like a lot of players most likely forget about them, because I don't want to say it, but let's be real, the playlists are kind of forgettable, and they are most likely going to be adding a lot more of them in Season 4, or at least the upcoming seasons, because most of the game is currently designed by the playlist, or at least that's the main part of the content, if you're not doing PvP and summits, which is probably like the end game content. And then we also have Demolition Royale, which is a desert. But here's the thing though, guys, I'm not saying all this to be like annoying or complain, but the biggest reason why I am saying this is probably going to come down to one factor: the player base, bro. Like, legit, pretty much every platform I've been on so far, guys, has around 2 or 3 people going, where's the PvP events, or this game's terrible, what else should I play, is there a better game to play than this one? Not even kidding, it was honestly pretty bad on Instagram, man. I was like, okay, well, this isn't good, and if people are thinking that, that means many players are most likely thinking that. And as I did mention before, we can all agree the game is obviously bleeding a player base. So to be honest, I feel like a big update is probably going to be the biggest thing that can save it. And this can also come down to the fact that, yes, Motorfest probably isn't in the best place it can actually be at, and they can most likely add more stuff to the game, or at least add bigger updates to it, especially with the Crew 2 now being completely over. So you're probably like, wait a second, doesn't that mean Motorfest is now going to get the full gas of the updates? You guys want to know what's a bit insane to me when I think about it? We all do know Need for Speed Unbound got the Volume 7 update recently, which was pretty dang impressive. The dev team on that game is also going to be a lot smaller than what Motorfest is, so a lot of players are like, wait, maybe they actually are planning something huge for this game, at least that's my hope for it anyway. For example, guys, we are coming up to around 9 months now, or at least we're into 9 months of this game just about. And we also do know in July it's going to be, 10 months. And then we're heading to almost a year into Motorfest. If they do keep actually following the timeline of like the 1 or 2 playlists every update, and then that's pretty much it, they don't add anything to like PvP or even change the summits, I really do not see this game lasting more than a year or so, man. Like, I don't want to say that, but I almost feel like a lot of players are most likely going to agree on this. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the game can't turn around, because for all I know, or for a lot of us, they can actually add a huge update that can completely 180 this game, bro. It could happen. It really could happen. It could happen maybe a year anniversary of the game, or maybe they're like, all right, guys, let's add Season 4, then Season 5 is going to be nuts. Map expansion, DLC to the summit, an entirely new PvP ranked mode, and all kinds of new stuff with PvP. And we're also going to change around the design of the actual playlist. This could actually make a lot of sense, though, because we do know, as I did mention before, the Crew 2's updates are now over, which ended a while ago. Now we're also going to have the Season 4 coming up soon, so maybe Season 5 and on is going to be some pretty insane updates that I think everybody is probably looking for at this point. Also, guys, what's kind of funny is the Season 4 is going to be around like a year anniversary of the Crew Motorfest, so who knows, maybe we're going to see a massive update around September. I do feel like something like that could be possible. Now, here's the other thing I was thinking about, though, guys. Do you also think it might be a bit too late for them to add a big update? Now, what I mean by that, though, is if we are going to wait another 5 months for a bigger update to come, do you actually think it's going to be too late for Motorfest? To be honest, I feel like that can probably have a few different sides to it, but for me, I would have to say, honestly, no. I feel like it's never going to be too late to save a game. Then again, if the entire player base keeps bleeding and they end up adding something big to it, sure, maybe a lot of them might end up coming back, but at that point, a lot of players could also be playing something else. But I guess the biggest question everybody is most likely asking is, are they going to have a big update plan for the future? Do let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and at this point, we're probably all hoping for it.